Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm Amanda of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my studio. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a few new products from the upcoming January to June 2022 mini catalogue and celebration. So if you are watching this video before the 4th of January 2022, I'm afraid the products aren't actually available yet. After that date, they'll be available in my online store, and you'll find clickable links wherever you are watching this video, whether that's on YouTube, on Facebook, or on my blog. If you're joining me, please do leave a comment. I love to hear from you, and I answer every comment left. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video today. So first up, this is the mini catalogue. And if you missed it, I did a video last week about the daffodil bundle and showed you some celebration items as well. So pop and look at that one as well if you've missed it. But this is the mini catalogue, and then this is celebration. And if you've never come across celebration before, it's fabulous. It's your opportunity to earn free products with a qualifying spend. If you don't have catalogues, if you've never shopped with me before, please do send me an email, amanda@inspiringinkin.com, and leave me your name, address and phone number, and I will get some catalogues in the post to you. Now, I can only send catalogues out to people in the UK, France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. But I do have some awesome demonstrator friends in Canada, the USA, Australia and New Zealand. So I can pass on your contact details to them if that's where you are living. So today's video is I'm really excited about it. I'm calling it Rainbows and Robots, or Robots and Rainbows. The first stamp set in the catalogue that just drew my eye was this one. It's called Nuts and Bolts, and it's got such cute robot images. I know that it's going to be perfect for all ages. And I just really loved it. So I'm making a couple of really quick cards using that set today, but I'm also pairing it with two of the celebration choices. So let me just remind myself of the name. I can't actually show you the inside of the catalogue at the moment. Stamping Up rules. We're not allowed to do that. So I'll look and tell you what it's called. So one of the papers is called Simply Marvelous. And the other one is called Sunshine and Rainbows. So they're both 6x6 inch paper packs, and you get 48 sheets in each pack. So I'm going to show you the papers, and they are amazing. And then we're going to make some cards. So I am going to turn the camera over. So here's the stamp set, and it's a red rubber stamp set, cling stamps, and like I said, it's just so cool. Love it. And let's look at these papers. So these papers can't be purchased. They can only be earned with a qualifying spend. Here in the UK, that qualifying spend is £45. If you're in different parts of the world, it will be different prices. If you're in Europe, it's €60. So I've just got the list here of the colours. So this is Sunshine and Rainbows, and there are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I don't know. Hang on. I just need to check. There are, 12 12 designs. 12 designs, and you get 4 of each. So there's a huge array of colours in this pack. So there is Bermuda Bay, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Magenta Madness, Mango Melody, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Soft Sea Foam, and So Saffron. So let's just run through them. So rainbows and polka dots. This, I just love this. That is just happy in a paper, isn't it? So cool. And that looks like fireworks. You can't go wrong with a piece of blue paper. Those are little tiny suns. I don't know whether that will actually, you can see that, but they're little tiny rising suns. You've got huge rainbows there and little splats, some stripes and some little chevrons, stripes and wiggly lines, more stripes, little dashes that look a little bit like clouds actually, triangles and crosses. Love this. This is such cool rainbow paper. Tiny little hearts. Amazing clouds with little white rainbows. And then probably my favourite paper. If you haven't figured this out by now, blue is my favourite colour. And some Granny Apple Green there. So this paper pack is actually designed to go with these new products. So there's this stamp set called Rainbow of Happiness, and it's a photopolymer set. So it's really easy to see how to kind of layer up. And you've got solid rainbow pieces, words and dashes as well. Excuse me. And some really lovely sentiments. But you've also got some hearts and dashes and spots and tiny raindrops, because you can't have a rainbow without rain. So that's really cool. And then there is a die set as well. So you've got little rainbow edge pieces and some clouds, little rainbow that kind of goes that way, a little rainbow tag, lots of build your own rainbow pieces, and that's the same there as well. So really lovely, and it's designed to coordinate together, which is fab. So this comes free. And this is something that you can purchase in the catalogue. And let me just peek in here. So this bundle is $41.25. So if you bought this and a Tombow, because everybody needs more Tombow, you can have the paper pack for free, which is fab. So that is lovely. So that's Rainbow of Happiness. And then the second paper pack is this one called Simply Marvelous. It's obviously a play on words because this is marbled paper, which is gorgeous. There's quite a few colours because you've got shades of colour. So you've got Balmy Blue, Basic Grey, Blushing Bride, Bumblebee, Coastal Cabana, Flirty Flamingo, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Pool Party, Smoky Slate, and So Saffron. And this pack, you get 8 sheets of each of the colours. So on each side, you've got this kind of, to me, this is very marble, like the stone, marble stone. And then this is like if you do marbling where you put oil paints on water. So pretty. So that's one colour. Look at that. This is the pink version. The yellows. The greys. And then the blues. They are gorgeous, gorgeous. And you get 8 sheets of each. So that is brilliant. And I love it that they're monochromatic. So just means it's a really easy to work with. So I'm using some of each of the cards. No, papers. So let's get everything out. I couldn't resist. I went blue for one, but I've gone pink for the second one. So I don't want anybody to faint because I'm using pink. I know it doesn't happen very often. Okay, so let's have a look. Have I got everything? I think I have. I'm using quite a lot of die cut pieces today for the little robots. And this is the die set that I'm using. So it's called Tasteful Label Dies. And it's just got all sorts of different shapes and sizes. And I just find that sometimes you just want an element just to pop a little bit. And yes, you could fussy cut it if you wanted to. But actually, sometimes just stamping it onto a die cut piece just gives you the option of having it 3D'd. So that's what I've been using. So got this little robot here with the little heart in his hands. And I'm actually using basic grey to stamp the robot. And then I'm going to be colouring in with my blends. Now, normally when we colour in with blends, we use Magenta black ink. I didn't want such a dark colour of ink on this card. So you can use the blends with our normal ink. Just go steady and just don't go over the edges too much so it doesn't bleed. And whenever you are doing using blends, make sure you're resting on some scratch paper or some grid paper, because the alcohol colour will go all the way through. So we've got that piece. We've got the sentiment. This is actually going to be, don't tell him, Brian's Valentine's card. And I know it's December, but there is no reason not to get ahead. So it says, you make my heart go beep. That's just really cute. So I want to get all my stamping done. So this, look how cool that is. I am going to add, so this is how it's gonna go. Oh, I was going to add some little hearts, and I don't know whether I will. I don't know. I'm not going to do any more stamping for now. I'll put that to one side. I'll come back to that and decide at the end. Okay, so the most important thing, obviously, is to make his little heart red. And this is Poppy Parade, and it's the dark Poppy Parade. Such a deep colour. It's lovely. And then I've got Balmy Blue in light and dark, and Light Misty Moonlight. Even the Light Misty Moonlight is quite dark. So I didn't want too much dark on the robot. So I'm not really going for a shaded effect with these blends. I just want smooth coverage. Let's just do his head as well. And that is the beauty of the blends. You don't get the lines. And you can go over the top. So that's the dark balmy blue. Let's just go over that a few times to make it a bit darker. And then little hands. So by going over the same area a couple of times, you're actually layering up more of the pigment and it just deepens the colour. And I'll just use the Misty Moonlight for his feet. Looks like he's got bow knees. There we go. I told you these cards were going to be super quick, didn't I? You know, you need to do nothing. Nothing to that paper. So pretty. Okay, so that is going to go like that. Let's get some dimensional pads. Always put plenty of dimensionals on. You know, you could, on that piece there, I've just put one in each of the corners, but when it goes through the post, where there's a space where there isn't a dimensional, it will, that's really wonky. Where there isn't a dimensional, it can squash down. So there we go, that's better. So put a few more on. And you know where you can get some extra dimensionals if you need them. So all of the products that you see today, you can purchase in my online store. If you go to, let's see if I can bring that up. If you go to my website, which is inspiringinkin.com, you'll find a shop now button. And you can go to my online store that way. Whilst you're there, please do subscribe and then you will get emails from me as well. And if you're on Facebook or YouTube, then please subscribe there as well. Okay, so move that out of the way and just show you the finished card. And you know, that paper is absolutely the star of the show, but that robot is so cute. So, like I said, I think that's going to be a perfect Valentine's card for Brian. So that is card number 1. Card number 2 is Magenta Madness. Well, I thought if I was making a blue card, I needed to make a pink one. And to go with it, I have used the Happy paper. So this is just a small strip. And I've taken a piece of So Saffron, and I'm hoping if I tilt it up, you'll be able to see. This is Timeless Type. It's an embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder. It was in the autumn winter catalogue, but it's still available. So it's carrying on. And I'm really pleased because it's really pretty. And this, it just gives a little bit of texture. So I'm just going to pop that down and then we'll get on with the stamping. What I didn't want to do was put the pattern paper down because I haven't quite decided where it's going to go yet. Whether it's going to go down the centre or offset, but we will see. So we are using this robot with the little flower, and we're just going to have a nice, happy, very loud robot. Because, you know, who said robots need to be plain colours? Excuse me. We need to have robots in all the colours. So it's going to be a rainbow robot. So I'm just going to ink him up. Again, basic grey, using a different one of the tags. That's why I just love that tag set, because there's so many different shapes. And then the sentiment is greetings, kind human. And again, I'll pop that in the centre, and then we can decide where we're going to put it later. So this time I'm going to use the blender pen. Now the blender pen has magical chemicals inside it. The chemical actually, as much as anything, is glycerin. And basically what it does is it allows you to blend the water-based ink. Right, so I'm just giving this a really big squish to get some ink in the lid. And I've got old style ink pads here and new style ink pads. So if they look different to the ones that you have, it's because some of my ink pads are very old. Okay, so we are definitely having a pink flower. And the awesomeness, awesomeness, that's not even a word, but you know what I mean, of the blender pen is you can go from one colour to the next. So we'll start here. With our patchwork robot. Now you will see that because I'm using the blender pen on the grey is actually lifting a little bit where I'm going over the top. I don't mind that at all. It gives it more of a realistic, a robot-y look, a bit metallic in there. If you want to stop that from happening, you would need to use something like Stays On ink. And then that won't move. But like I said, I like it. And you can tell it's all gone quiet. Look, I'm colouring in. Concentrating. keep squiggling, and then you'll get a different colour each. You can just go from one colour to the next. And let's have pink feet. I think we need more pink. That is a very fun, happy robot. And all of the colours on that robot are all the colours that are in the paper. And that's one of the great reasons, one of the great things about the way Stampin' Up! Actually put all of the colours on the back, because you can then quite easily decide what colours you're going to use for a particular project. So let's get all of the dimensionals on, and then we can decide where we're putting this. So I've got this piece to go on as well. Yeah, I think it needs to go on the side. So let's just pin that down. Just make sure when you're using an embossing folder like this Timeless Type, that's got quite a lot, it's a 3D embossing folder, so it's got quite a lot of texture to it. If you're using tape, a tape runner, just make sure that you press really well down. It's a little bit easier with a liquid glue because it does kind of go into the crevices, but it is a little bit bumpy. So we're going to pop that down. And then I'm just going to use my scissors and just trim that at an angle. Get a bit shorter. And again, use dimensionals on there as well. This is a great way of just using a little strip of pattern, a little strip of paper just to put your sentiment on, and just cutting it at an angle just makes it look professional. Or it would do if I stuck it on straight. There we go. That's still not straight. Let's just try that again. There we go. Okay, so let's just move all of my rubbish out of the way so I can show you these two cute cards. Lots of fun with the robots. Let me just squash that down a bit so it'll lie flat. Brilliant. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. A little bit of fun with my robots. As I said at the beginning, all of the products will be available from the 4th of January 2022. So if you're watching this video before that date, I'm afraid there won't be any links for you to click. If you're watching after that date, then there will be. You'll be able to pop over to my online store and shop directly there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.